Hello, my fellow wizards and witches. Today we start episode 3 here on the Lucid SMP, and we have some big plans. We're going to go ahead and work on that build we talked about in the community center. I'm very excited for that. But before we get started on that, there's a couple of things that I want to talk to you about here in our starter village. So, we're going to go ahead and fly up to our house, and let's take a look at a couple of things. First, we got all of those shulker boxes last episode. And, that along with the village transformation that we did, we're making great progress. But I like to stay very, very organized. So, what I did was went ahead and organized a lot of my stuff into our chests here. We got the bling, blang, blong. That's all of our good stuff, our diamonds, our fancy stuff, all of our collectibles, that sort of thing. We've got my magic box of goody goodness. This is just kind of my backup tools, lots of other useful stuff that I use kind of pretty regularly, and it's just nice to have on you at all times. So that's always a good thing to have, and I always make that one purple because that's my favorite color. We've got our rocket box. I called it Apollo. We've got interior design, just a bunch of cool interior decorating stuff. We've got our right said redstone box. We've got Woody Harrelson for our wood. We've got Rocky Bottom Boys for all of our rocks. We've got a stone cutter in there. We've got some deep slate, some cobblestone, stone, and that kind of thing. Light Bright for all of our lighting things. And we've got a project box. This box is what we're going to be using a lot today. So that's kind of how I have my ender chest organized. I don't have a lot left in this storage, and that's why this is going to last us so long, is because I tend to live out of my ender chest. It just makes things easier having your stuff on you at all times. The next thing I want to show you is we've got our project wall in place. So, in the coming future, not necessarily this episode, but these are things that we want to get to. So we want to get ourselves a pumpkin melon farm, a smelter, a chicken cooker, a lava farm, iron, honey, and gold farm, gunpowder farm, wool, slime, and tree farm maybe. Those are kind of bigger farms, so that might have to wait a little while. We want to get the flower farm and two tall flowers and, any other dispenser-based farms. We want to get some micro veggie farms, an amethyst farm, lots of stuff that we want to do. I'm also starting to come up with some ideas for our mega base. I definitely want our storage room, our fancy auto sorting storage room, to be in the mega base. We also don't really know what theme it is. Maybe geometric. I don't really know yet, but we're starting to think about our mega base. And then lastly, we have some ideas for some mini games that we want to do. Minecart Madness is something I did a couple series back, and it'd be cool to do an updated version of that with all the new blocks that we have, or a target block bouncy house. I did this on a server that I didn't actually record, but there were some flaws with it, so I'd like to do a version 2 of that, or a trident parkour. Something like that would be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do all 3. But these are things that, we have to take some time to prep for. Today, we're going to go ahead and start working on our build in the community center. So let's go over to the community center and we'll talk about it over there. See you in a sec. All right, now we are at the community center. You can see there's a lot of really cool and interesting builds over here, and there's always a lot of stuff going on in this area. So I'm thankful for them for letting me put a build over here. We've kind of claimed a fairly small space here, but we don't need a lot of space for what we're doing. We're going to make ourselves a wizard tower. And I've done a couple of these before, but it's nice to get back to your roots and nice to get back to, a style that you're kind of comfortable with, especially when I'm doing my whole main area in a whole brand new style. So we're going to do a deep slate wizard tower. It's going to shoot into the sky. It's going to have a nice amethyst purple roof, and I don't want to give away too many more details, but something I noticed about this community area is there is an enchanting station in here. But if you go in here, it's, not really the main focus of the build, right? This is more of a library and a cafe, and it has a lot of other stuff going on. If you go up in here, there technically is an enchanting station here, but that's not really the main focus of what's going on. So what we'll do is at the top of our wizard tower, we're going to have a nice fly-in enchanting station with everything that you could ever need to do your enchanting. So I'll go ahead and get some blocks together. It will take me a little bit of time to get everything I need. So in the meantime, we'll go ahead and work on a couple other smaller projects, and I'll see you in just a second. So we are back, and as you can see behind me, we've made a little bit of progress. So I wanted to bring you back in. We've started working on some trees over here at our starter base. We've also made a few plans for what we want to do next. But yeah, like we thought, these trees are really going to help. Unfortunately, I think this tree here kind of meshes too much with the tree above it, and these are all too much in a line. So I think I'm gonna have to move this smaller tree here, but we've completely run out of spruce leaves, so I'll have to farm up some more. We do want a third tree back here, but I don't think it's gonna be spruce. We might sprinkle in a couple more smaller spruce trees, and once we move that one there, it'll look really cool. But I think a nice mega tree back here with a different color of leaves would really help the whole thing pop really well. So that's kind of the plan there. And then here in our village, I haven't actually built anything, but we have a little bit of a plan for what to do next. I think from here, our path is going to turn left, and then it's going to split off in two paths, one to the left and one to the right. On this one to the left, I would love to have a micro veggie farm. So this is going to be sort of like a bone meal powered micro farm that you just kind of hold the click button and it's going to automatically grow it up real fast and all of that, so we don't have to have the big huge ugly farms that we've got over there. If we do want to have some farms, I'd rather them be decorative. This tree here also, we did a little bit of work making it look a little better because I think it looks nice as you round this corner. So we did add some extra leaves to it and adjust it a little bit, but I think that's looking really nice. And then as you come up here over to the right, of course these pens will move eventually, but I've been trying to keep the houses in kind of their original location. So this one over here, I think we'll do a little lava cooker, chicken cooker thing, so we can have a nice steady source of food. I know it's only kind of an early game food, but you know, having something that we don't have to worry about, that we can come and grab food from whenever we need it, that's going to be incredibly nice. Because currently we come over here, we smash a couple cows with our sword, and then we have to go cook it, and then it's this big whole process. I think that's going to help us a lot. And then over here, we want to go ahead and do a 2 tall flower farm. Same thing, bone meal automated. These cows are loud. Bone meal automated, and that's probably going to grow in size a little bit. We'll probably have to move a little bit of this farm here because having 4 farms into one house, all using multiple dispensers and that sort of thing, it's going to take a little bit more space than this house currently was. But if we expand it a little bit to the back and to the side, I think that'll be a great spot. So I'm going to start looking for some inspiration for these 3 new builds that we're going to do. But I think that's going to help fill out our village a whole lot. The next thing that we want to do is go ahead and start getting some blocks put together for our project, because we have this project box. Mainly right now, I've only got some oak leaves in here that are dedicated to this project. So we also are going to need a bunch of deep slate, but that's not a problem because we have that prepped right here in this box. I think that'll be enough, but actually we'll go ahead and take, you know, a few more stacks and throw them in our project box just in case. The other main thing that we're going to need is somewhere around here. I have some amethyst. I have some blocks somewhere as well. Here's a stack in 10, and we do have a geode near our skeleton farm, which is where I've been grinding all of these blocks at. Okay, so I think that's all we've got as far as the amethyst right now. That might be enough. The last thing that we're going to need, we also have in here, and I'm not sure if it's going to be spruce or dark oak yet, but I think we've got enough of either. But I think that's going to be a good start for this community project wizard tower build. And then, of course, we'll need, you know, an enchanting table and the books and all of that, but we can do that sort of towards the end once we're actually decorating the build. So from here, I think we head back to the community center and we go ahead and start working on this build. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very excited to do it. So I'll see you guys once we get over to the community center. Okay, we've made a little bit of progress here, so I wanted to bring you back because step one is done, and step one is getting kind of the overall shape set. So this will change and we will make this, smooth out a little bit. We'll add a lot of texture, we'll add some block variation and that sort of thing. But we do have a starting structure. So let's take a flight and see how it looks from a distance. And then we'll talk about the next steps. So here's what it's looking like right now. The next kind of steps will be to try and get a roof in because that will help a lot with the overall shape. And then we also want to add some block variation. So we're going to stick with deep slate through this whole thing, but we want to kind of have a nice gradient going up. The bottom is going to be more deep slate tiles, and then we'll move into bricks. And then uh, once we have a nice variation of blocks here in this build, that's when we can go ahead and start adding the detail. But let me get a roof on here. Let me get a little bit of a gradient going, and I'll check back in with you for the next step. See you in a second. We are back, and phase 2 is complete. Now, on to phase 3. So let me kind of explain what phase 3 will be while we're taking a look at phase 2. So I think it's looking pretty good. We've got a nice gradient going on down here, and then it goes into more of a structured sort of thing up at the top. Phase 3 is going to be all of these oak leaves that we've got here. Hopefully that's enough, but if not, they're pretty easy to get. So what we're going to do is start out around the bottom of our tower and swirl these leaves kind of all the way up around the entire thing. It's going to add a lot of color. It's going to add a really nice contrast, and I think that'll really help make the tower itself pop and also blend into the green surroundings that are around here. But the shape of the roof is looking really nice. The shape of the build is looking pretty good. And then phase 4 will be the final details. We'll call that, adding stairs and slabs and walls and then doing the interior. But phase 3 is definitely the leaves all by itself. And that needs to go first because then, we're not constantly removing stuff in phase 4 with all the walls and slabs to make sure that the leaves can fit in there. I'm very happy with the way this is turning out. I'm going to go ahead and get a bunch of leaves placed on this thing, and I'll check back in with you once we have phase 3 complete. See you in a sec. Phase 3 complete. Now we can move on to phase 4. But let's go ahead and take a look at the leaves. I think it's looking really nice. I also threw in some glowberries just to go ahead and get them in place. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and add in some slabs, some walls, some stairs, all that, kind of round out these rough edges a little bit. And then we'll use some dark oak around these openings and probably do a little bit of, wood decoration up there to go ahead and get that looking better. But I think this is turning out really, really nice. And then we'll still need to do the interior and all of that. But so far, so good. I'm very happy with it. And I will see you once we have a little bit more detail on this build. Hello. All right, so I needed a few things, mainly some bookshelves. So I grabbed all of my emeralds, and I figured we can go to the community trading hall. So I figured it's a good time to show you guys this whole thing, and we can get our bookshelves, and hopefully that should be the end of what we need. I did have to give an IOU over to Onyx because I ran out of amethyst while we were building that. So we'll see how that turns out a little bit later. That'll be fun when he cashes that in. So let's see. Are they all going to be 9 for bookshelves? I believe that's like the standard price. Okay, yeah. So we can get 7. That's not going to be enough. We'll have to trade up some more. So we'll have to come back here. But look at this place. This is amazing. They've got every book, all of the things that you need. They've got all the different types of villagers in here. All your clerics and your farmers and toolsmiths and everything. I know there's like a community emerald thing somewhere, but I'll just go ahead and get my own emeralds. That's not a big deal because I don't really need that many more. That was what, a stack? Yeah, let's see, I think it's here. Yeah. Free emeralds, but, you know, we'll go get our own emeralds real quick. It won't take that long. Oh, I didn't get the XP. But yeah, it's a cool system because anybody can come in here. You just get some golden apples. You can run the zombie along. You can move the villagers down and they can get zombified and you can cure them. So at some point we might come through and do that just to get cheaper trades. But let me go ahead and get some more of these bookshelves and we'll go ahead and finish decorating the inside of the tower. See you in a bit. So we are back and we have finished our wizard tower and I am very excited to show you this whole build. But I am really, really very happy with the way that this turned out. So yeah, let's give it a quick fly around so you can see all the different sides and all the different details and everything that's going into it. And then we'll give it a more close-up look. I keep forgetting about the little fly cam thing. So maybe now's a good time to use it. Let me go ahead and pop down here. Oh, falling off the roof. All right, that's much better. Yeah, but I think it turned out looking really, really nice. All of the foliage and the kind of crumbling nature of this, but also like very fantastical and intentional sort of thing. I think it looks really nice and it turned out really good. Yeah, I don't think I have anything really I want to update with this. I think it just turned out exactly the way I wanted it to. But let's also take a look on the inside because we finished that as well. So if you walk straight in, we've got some of these flowering azalea things on here. And you will notice that I used the azalea leaves instead of the oak. I just thought it would look better. And I wanted the pink stuff just to give a little bit of a color to the build. Down here, we've just got, you know, a little bit of the amethyst, a little bit of calcite, some bookshelves and barrels and, you know, nice little decorations. The function really is up top. And it is just kind of a long straight ladder up to the top. I tried to do like a swirling staircase, but in the middle it got too thin and it didn't really quite work. But as you come up, you see this giant chandelier that I put in here. I didn't want it to be too overbearing, so I kind of kept it a little bit small, but I wanted to make sure all the amethyst up here was lit up pretty good. And I think this does a pretty good job. It's not too super bright, but it does give enough to really let you see what's going on up there. And then over here, we have our enchanting setup. This does give level 30 enchants. It won't show me because I don't have an unenchanted tool, but I did verify that after I put everything in. And then we have grindstones and anvils, even smithing tables. We've got lapis preset for everybody who needs it. And I would like to get some books into one of these barrels as well. I just don't have any because I used all the books that we had and all the emeralds we had getting all the bookshelves to decorate. So once I have a few more books, I'll go ahead and come back and I'll fill up one of these barrels. But I'm very happy with the way it turned out. And I'm excited to see what you guys think about it. Yeah, it's been a grind getting this together. All of the amethyst for this, the 7 or 8 stacks that we had was not enough. And as I talked about, we did have to make that trade with Onyx to get that done. But, you know, I'm very thankful that he had it and he was willing to trade us for it. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with the way this turned out, and I'm kind of built out at the moment. So let's find something fun to do real quick. I'll see you in a second. As we said, it's time for something fun. I found the gaming district, and there's an elytra course here. I'm going to go ahead and try and fly this. I do have some issues with chunk loading here on this server sometimes, but I upped my render distance. I put my simulation distance as far down as it'll go, and let's just see how it goes. All right. Yeah, I love this course going through the mesa here. That's a really cool touch. Okay, I did go the right way. Awesome. Oh, yeah, nice and curvy path here. Let's go. Oh, got to go down through here. Oh, chunks. Oh, okay, that worked out. Where do we go next? There we go. That looks right. Down here. Watch out for that lava. And let's do a sort of wide turn through here. Oh, that one gets a little smaller, but I think we got it. And I don't know where to go from there. Let's see. We went through there. Maybe it's here in chunks we can't see. Chunks? Oh, I think it's right up here above the top of this. There we go. All right, cool. That's a really nice little course. I like that a lot. It does make it a little bit difficult not loading chunks super well, but you know what? It's still fun. I still had a good time, and I'll probably do this a few more times. Maybe I'll do it off camera to go ahead and get times and all of that, because there is, you know, a whole timing thing. But there's also an ice boat road somewhere, and I'm very, very bad at those, but I still enjoy doing it. So let's see. Let's go over here. Okay, here's the ice boat road. So it looks like you would have to go this direction. Where's this? Is there a start line somewhere? And is there boats somewhere? I can get a boat. That's not a problem. But let's see. I can't really tell where the start line would be. So let's go ahead and make up our own start line. Oh, here's a boat. This will be our start line. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we have to go this way because of the way the slime blocks looked. But maybe F5 will be better. Nope, I'm just really bad at this. But it would be super fun to get some people out here and do a race of this. It is very, very tight turns for an ice boat race, but I totally understand. I've tried to make one of these before, and the amount of ice you need is just absurd. I'm doing all right. Watch out for the lava. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Okay, I avoided the lava. That was the main goal. And, go, 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 go. No? Maybe it's broken. Okay, maybe we need to go at it faster. Nope. Maybe there's supposed to be like some tripwires here or something that don't exist? Huh. Alright, well, either way, it's still fun. Let's go ahead and try and go back the other way. Lava. Oh no, my boat. Go, go, go. Okay, not doing bad, not doing terribly. Alright, alright. Oh, walls. Just ice boating on the road. Got a boat on the ice, cause that's what we're told. And we go, and we go, and we go, go, go. And we go in our boat, and we go in our boat. Go boat, hitting the glass. That's cause we're going way too fast. Yeah, and this is why I thought we had to go the other way, because go down this way and you just fall. And with that, we've had a lot of good times in this episode, and I will see you on the next one.